Hello, my name is Matthew, and I just read On Cats by Guy de Maupassant. It's more of a recollection than any sort of short story, and often when these types of tales pop up, um, I'm usually very impressed. Instead of having really interesting characters or a plot driven story or a twist ending, um, Maupassant just gives you a sketch, and it can be every bit as compelling as the most fantastical tale that he can also spin. And it's quite simple. The story begins with him just sitting down, reading a book, and he's reading The Cooper by George Duval. And a cat comes by and lays next to him, and he begins to pet the cat. And he says, "I caressed and rubbed the soft, nervous animal, supple as a piece of silk, smooth, warm, delicious, dangerous." And he goes on to tell you that uh, he doesn't really love cats. He can appreciate them and admire them, but he doesn't trust them. And he gives you a comparison, uh, saying many of the poets have loved cats. Baudelaire had sung of them divinely, and I found, as a little bit of a interlude, I found the poem by Baudelaire, "The Cat," and I'm going to read that to you, and then we'll go back to Maupassant. The Cat. Come, my fine cat, on to my loving heart. Retract your claws and let me peer deep into your beautiful eyes of metal and agate. When my fingers caress at leisure your head and your elastic back, when my hand quickens with pleasure to feel your electric body. In my mind I hold my wife, her gaze, deep and cold like yours, kind beast, cuts, cleaves like a spear. And, head to foot, a rarefied air, a dangerous perfume, floats about her dusky body. That's The Cat by Baudelaire, translated by Keith Waldrop. Back to Maupassant. While he's caressing and petting this cat, he just recollects. He has a memory of a time when he was traveling, and he visited a hotel and spent the night. And while he was sleeping, he had very strange dreams, and he tells you about these dreams. And at one point, he's so startled that it wakes him up. And in the middle of the night, in a strange hotel, he finds a cat sleeping next to him. And he falls back asleep. And then in the morning time, he wakes back up, and there's no cat. The door is locked. And he goes down to the maitre d' and he says, "I believe that there was a cat in my room, but the door's locked," and he's just very, very confused. And the maitre d' tells him that the cat used his own door, and describes that the hotel that they're in has a whole network of little doors, little, like, large mouse holes. And cats run around freely in all of the rooms and all of the different parts of the hotel. And I'll read that. When I related my dream and my adventure to my agreeable host, not the whole of it, he began to laugh and said, "He came in through his own door." And raising a curtain, he showed me a little round hole in the wall. I learned then that the old habitations of this country have long, narrow, runways through the walls which go from the cellar to the garret, from the servants' room to the rooms of the seigneur, and these passages render the cat king and master of the interior of the house. He goes where it pleases him, visits his domain at his pleasure, sleeps in all the beds, sees all, hears all, knows all the secrets, all the habits, all the shames of the house. Everywhere he is at home, the animal that moves without noise, the silent prowler, the nocturnal rover of the hollowed walls. And I thought of Baudelaire. The end. Just a beautiful, touching story. There are a few aspects that I didn't purposely didn't bring up that are cruel. There's a few images that are disturbing. So, if you find this, that's a warning. So, that's it for our Maupassant Monday for this week. On Cats by Guy de Maupassant, with a special interlude, The Cat by Charles Baudelaire. Leave a comment if you would like. Thank you for watching, and take care.